Guys, I'm back. It's the mommy of two, wife of one. It's October 13th, 2015, and I missed you guys last week. I'm so sorry I didn't post a video, but I was sick, I was stuffy, I was coughing, I couldn't breathe out of my nose, and it just wasn't a sexy look, and I didn't want to have to allow you guys to see me looking unsexy. So today's topic is about, well, I call the topic What Doesn't Kill You, from what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and it's about tackling the fears in our children. For those of you who have children, my son, when he was younger, he used to have night terrors, which is, I guess, the baby form of a nightmare. He used to have them at least 3 or 4 times a week. He would wake up in the middle of the night crying, looking completely scared out of his mind, but he was so young he couldn't tell me what happened in the dream. He couldn't really talk, and I felt so bad, didn't really know how to help him. And when he was younger and was able to kind of understand what he was saying and kind of understand what fear is, I taught him a mantra. And I told him, whenever something bad faces you in a dream, you need to stand up to it, and you need to just say really loud and proud, I need you, Jesus. I was like, when you're awake or when you're asleep, if you call on the name of Jesus, Jesus is going to come and help you out. Jesus doesn't want us to be afraid. He's going to give us everything we need to defeat anything that may try to come against us. And even though that is kind of a grown up concept, it seems to really help him out, and it's a mantra he still repeats to this day. And I also, obviously prayed over him, whenever he was really upset, and that seemed to kind of help him out. For my daughter, who is 16 months old now, she's afraid of elevators. And I don't know where it came from, but it's the first time we got on the elevator, she just started crying and just got really agitated and irritated and really scared. And so for her, what I do is, I need you, Jesus, doesn't necessarily work for her because she can't say a lot of words at this stage. But for her, I sing her favorite songs. I think of things that normally would make her happy or normally would make her smile or laugh, and that's what I employ to kind of put her in that same state when she's feeling fear. So for her, her favorite songs right now are Itsy Bitsy Spider or Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. So as soon as we step on the elevator, as soon as I see her starting to get agitated, I'll start singing that song to her, and I'll encourage her to sing with me. And elevator rides aren't that long, so I don't even get through the whole song before the elevator stops. But it helps her to kind of calm down and relax. And different things may work to help your child with their fear depending on what the fear is. One thing that I think is important to realize, that a lot of people fear what they don't understand, and that goes for fear of certain animals, fear of elevators, fear of certain groups of people or whatever. So one thing that may help is to take whatever your child is afraid of. Let's say it's elevators, for example. Take them to the library and have them research elevators. Help them learn why the elevator was invented, how exactly it works. Because if they understand the mechanisms of this thing that they are so fearful of, it may stop them from being so afraid when they understand, oh, okay, so the elevator is supposed to take people up and down, and it's created with all these pulleys, and this person created it, and it's been around for this many years, and there aren't that many elevator accidents or whatever. But just having that general knowledge may help them to not be as afraid of it. And when you're an adult and you're afraid of something, people just kind of tell you to get over it, and they expect you to just snap at your fingers just to stop being afraid of whatever it is. And with children, telling them to get over it isn't necessarily the best tactic. I don't think it's the best tactic. I think that we have to, as parents, gently push them to get over their fear. Don't push too hard and don't push too fast, but just kind of gently encourage them to let some of that fear go. And again, you can do that by teaching them a mantra, by singing their favorite song to them. Maybe if your child likes jokes, you could tell them a knock knock joke to kind of put them at ease, help them do research on that topic. You can also just talk them through the situation. If you, let's say the whole elevator thing, if I'm with my child and we're about to go in the elevator, and obviously she'd have to be a little older for this, but if singing doesn't work anymore at that point because she's older, then I know it's my job to talk to her and say, you know what, it's going to be okay. I'm right here. I'm going to hold your hand. We're going to get through this together. Don't worry. Just take a deep breath. Just count to 10. Whatever it is. The voice of a mom is so incredibly soothing From the time your baby's in your womb, they hear your voice. They hear how calm you sound and how relaxed you sound. And that voice stays with them once they're out of your body. So just like you would comfort them and coddle them when they woke up in the middle of the night crying and screaming and looking for a bottle or crying and screaming because they're wet, that same tone of voice is going to help them once they get older, whether they're 4, 5, 16, 25, 80 years old. The sound of their mother's voice is still going to be able to comfort them. It's still going to be able to make them feel safe and sound. One thing I told my son all the time when he would wake up from his bad dreams, I would tell him to say, "I need you, Jesus." But after I told him that, I would rub his back and I would say, "You know what? You're okay. You hear mommy's voice. You can see mommy." I tell him all the time, still tell him, if you can hear mommy and if you can see mommy, you know that mommy's going to do everything in her power to make sure that you're okay. So you have no reason to fear if mommy is around you. You have so many people that love you. Mommy is here. Daddy's in the other room. You have your grandparents who aren't that far away. You have so many people who love you, who want to make sure that you're okay, who want to make sure that you're happy and make sure that you're healthy. So I know that you had the bad dream, and I know it was really scary when you were in that dream, but thankfully you are awake. And now that you're awake, you can be reminded that you are surrounded by so much love. You are surrounded by so many people who want to protect you from anything that may try to hurt you. And granted, again, that may not work for every single child, but for my child, it works. I want him to understand that as long as I'm around, I'm going to do my part to protect him. But when I'm not there to protect him from something he may be afraid of, I have to equip him with something. For him, it's the name of Jesus. For my daughter, it's a song. Whatever it is that makes your child feel comfortable and makes them feel happy, do that to replace that fear with something else. Be patient with your child as they go through this, because it could be a fear that they may not be able to explain to you, especially if they're a really young child. They may not be able to understand what it is about the sound of a lawnmower that freaks them out, or what it is about the doorbell that scares them. So just be patient with them. Continue again to show them all the love in the world that you can for them, and just be the best mommy that you can to your child while they're going through stuff. And another thing to be very, very aware of, parents, please, please, please be very careful about passing down your fear to your child. Children pick up on absolutely everything. So if they feel fear from you, if they feel you tense up, or if they see you sweating or getting upset or whatever you're afraid of, there's a very good chance that they're going to be afraid of that too when they get older. So be very, very, very careful about how you react to certain things around your children, because they'll pick up on it and they may adopt it as their own fear, and you don't want that. So hopefully this was helpful to some of you. If you have any questions, or if you would like to submit any topics to me at all, please send them to momof2wifeof1@gmail.com. That is momofTWO, wifeof1@gmail.com. This is Mom of Two Wife of One, and I will see you all next week.